The downfall of the Democratic Party series, the abandonment of young men. In 2020, the Democratic Party managed to score a victory against the Republican Party and the ruling president of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Amid a global pandemic, they achieved a narrow victory in the Electoral College and a significant win by popular vote, surpassing the Republican candidate by over 20 million votes. The Electoral College looked like this. However, in 2024, the Republican candidate made an astonishing comeback, securing the first Republican popular vote win since 2024 and achieving a massive victory in the Electoral College, which looked like this. For reference, here's how the Electoral College looked side by side. But why did that happen? What contributed to this landslide victory? Welcome to the Downfall of the Democratic Party series, where we analyze why the party failed. The abandonment of young men. For decades, political analysts have said that the next generation would always be less conservative than the former. With that in mind, many liberals took it for granted and assumed they would seize power, as the political scale would, over time, always tend to their side. However, the 2024 election showed that Trump saw an impressive 40% increase in votes from white males alone, making it the first generation that it's more conservative than the former. Why? That happened because the left and the Democrats abandoned Gen Z men, taking their votes for granted. There's an African proverb that says, "The child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth." If you are a man, you may have seen the recent trend on social media, man versus bear, where many women, and even men on the left, used to say they would rather be with a bear in the woods than with a random man. They crack jokes, claiming that men are potential rapists and that men don't deserve to be trusted. Another trend worth mentioning is the one related to the dating scene, where society feels it is okay, call you an incel, judge you by your height, income, and looks. But God forbid you don't want a woman because of her weight or dare to criticize any one of them. If you ever dream of voicing an opinion like this on social media, you're at a huge risk of being canceled by a horde of leftists who will strip you of your sponsors and take down your videos, all while being endorsed by left-wing politicians. The Democrats will say you're responsible for every evil in society while ignoring that men account for 80% of suicides. They'll point to the gender pay gap, all while ignoring how the top 0.01%, the CEOs and billionaires, skew that gap in favor of men. There's also the fact that white-collar jobs, which tend to pay more, are predominantly occupied by male workers, since women often refuse to work in plumbing and dangerous jobs. The jobs are there, but women will refuse to take them. The left will blame men and take the wrongfully named affirmative actions to undermine men's opportunities in today's society, all while ignoring the fact that men are less likely to enroll in university and even less likely to complete it. They'd rather literally tell you to die in a war while chewing on barbed wire than recognize their mistakes. That feeling of helplessness, that the other side isn't really offering you a solution, that you are the problem, will make you want to voice your dissatisfaction on election day. Many men opted straight for voting red, but there's also a segment that, in 2020, voted for Democrats or didn't vote at all, because they felt deeply that the party and the left no longer represented them, making the Democrats lose roughly 15 million votes in 4 years and prompting them to question what they did wrong. If they don't change, it will be the end of the Democratic Party as we know it. For much of the left wing, you are most likely invisible. You'll only be visible when they need someone to blame. Then they'll remember you, call you a fascist, a misogynist, and selfish. But hey, left, you leave us no choice but to burn down the village and vote for a candidate who at least doesn't blame you for all the evils in society. Now, we will see if they learned a thing or two from their mistakes, or if they double down their bet on hating us. Lastly but not least, like this video. Peace.